Looks like both teams are still loading in. Both of them only have a fireman. It looks like a first fireman is available. Drafters as a fire mage available on team 2. We got ourselves also Mank as a monk. That's a Ventia variety or for a raid. Actually, I'm interested to see how that's going to play out. We got ourselves also Kyla as a Windwalker monk on this team, with Krola as a red paladin and Shinja coming in as an affliction warlock, sacrificing that pet. Poor guy, just kind of stuck over on the floor. We got us washed up as a demonology warlock with this team. We got Christina as a feral, Unstoppable as an elemental shaman, Splaz as another fire mage, as well as Rip Avocado as another feral druid. 2 ferals, 2 warlocks one per team, 1 mage per team, 2 monks in the other team. So it looks like it's gonna be monks versus ferals. This duel with Christina gonna be going up first, and Shinja first up, affliction versus feral druid. You know, I think Shinja is probably going to be able to outsmart the feral. I mean, he literally got 2 heads. 2 heads are better than 1. 2 brains sneaking together how to beat a feral. Christina landing the opener with blood, with berserk opener immediately. Everything ready. Well, the bleed set up. Shinja taking quite a bit of damage. Fear onto Christina. Fear right after. That's going to be tricky for Christina. Stunning Shinja, or actually jumped over Shadow. Big old convo coming out. That's actually going to be the warlock going down that quickly. Not a lot of defenses he could do after getting interrupted. Not even a wall was used. No, nothing. I think going for a AoE fear isn't a bad idea. But then casting a fear so close to the feral might be quite rough. Might be actually quite rough. I don't really know if that's what he really wanted to do, but that's what happened. Drafter's going to be up next. Into an invis, hanging our way. Last time he saw Christina the feral, but looks like he isn't going to be able to find him anytime soon. I was thinking he's wearing a waste of time for a second, but he isn't. I like your mog. I like how there's acorns on the sides of your belt. That's kind of weird looking. It looks like maybe like fade nades or something. Like purple, blue, sparkly nades. Gonna be Christina landing the opener. Drafters as he stopped moving for a second. Landing the breath of Christina with a Ring of Frost to follow. Christina actually going to be able to walk out of the Ring of Frost. Power shifting out of the slows. Interrupted. Drafters on fire, but does get themselves frozen. Drafters is looking to cook up a big Pyre Blast. It looks like the Pyre Blast is going to make it up in the air. Bursting coming out for Christina. Taking a big old beating with massive Pyre Blast back to back. Christina going for a massive heal while Wall is available. Should be able to catch themselves back up. Swiftman while Wall is up. Should be in a good spot and does disengage away from Drafters. Drafters going for a shift in power play. Trying to see if he might be able to get some of those CDs back up. That was Meteor used. That was everything used. The more often he can use the shift in power ability, the faster he'll get some of those cooldowns. But did take a little bit of damage in the opener. Looks like food recovery is up next. Christina trying to stop the eats immediately. Gonna be a trinket out of Drafters with a Ring of Frost. Catching Christina inside of the ring. Trying to AoE Brutal Slash. Is gonna leap behind Drafters across the Ring of Frost. Actually not even touching the ground. Not even getting frozen. Interrupting him on the G pipe, but still a couple fire blasts coming out for Drafters, looking to get away from Christina. Christina bailing out, catch himself almost a re-stealth, almost proper re-stealth, but a breath does catch him. Drafters is sitting at about half a health, needs to get himself shields back up and running, all the time getting used in order to try to stay as healthy as possible. Does choose to all the time and run the other direction away from Christina. Ursos is going to keep him caught in the middle though. At the stairs, route onto Christina, does break out of it with the power shift. Does Christina catch himself a reset? Looks like they actually go for maybe a Moonfire onto Drafters just to keep some kind of a dot on him in order to not allow any kind of resets. The shields are getting melted pretty quickly. Drafters is going to need them back up very, very soon. Christina going in for a bite. Second bite, pocket out the cauterize. Doesn't go for an ice block. It looks like it's going to be the pod. Christina needs to take down the pod right now. Do they realize the pod is there? Does get an opener onto the pod by the looks of it. And Drafters did not ice block that at all. Oh my goodness. Probably needs to use that ability next time. Kyla gonna be up next as a Windwalker. So far, Christina going from one caster into the next. But will these melee classes end up giving him more trouble than the casters did? That ice block misplay. I think what the mage was trying to hope for maybe is thinking, oh, you know, cauterize probably not going to end me. Probably not going to take me out. But the bleeds by the feral are quite vicious. They are quite deadly, boys. They are deadly, no matter how you look at them. If only he had a shield available at the time, right? Cauterize, you put up a shield. Cauterize gets absorbed into the shield for the most part. You can save your ice block for later. Kyla getting blasted in the opener. Bleeds are already ticking him down. Kyla is already after that opener, still ticking down. Cannot recover past 30% health. How to pop a wall here. Christina goes in for another stun. Goes for a leap again. No karma for Kyla just yet. Does Christina reverse the bleeds? I feel like the bleeds, if he just reversed a rib, that might have been the end to Kyla right there. But he actually kept cool and composed as he's melting in front of the Pharaoh. Gonna be a skull bash with a karma immediately by Kyla. Into big damage under Christina, goes in for a massive leap away. Ursul's Kyla away. Doesn't want to make any of that Weapons of War to Karma and Wombo combo build. That's going to be a maim short of Kyla. No defense available. Does have a Fist of Fury. The only thing between him and the Pharaoh right now is that Fist of Fury. Kyla's super low in health. Needs himself some kind of recovery right now. Needs a defensive. Thorns are going to be able to take him out as well as those brutal slashes. I don't even understand. That monk felt like he had such a slow reaction to all the bleeds. I couldn't tell if it was confidence or maybe overconfidence. I couldn't tell if it was like, you know what? I know I'm not going to die here to this bleeds. I think I'm going to be A-okay. Convoke coming out onto Mank. Not even a trinketing late with a leg sweep and a karma onto Christina. I actually decided to trinket way super late, super low. But maybe the karma will let him recover a little bit. We're only an hour at 5 minutes of this duel. Interrupt onto Mank. And I think he actually might be down. Christina blasting these boys. The bleeds. I think that was a final bite at the end, actually. It looked like the bleeds were putting the pressure, but the final bite is what finished him off. And all we have left is our Retribution Paladin on this team. This duel has been going on a very, very short time. Only 5 minutes. It's going to be massive final verdict by Krolla. That's Baruch for Christina. Is that going to be enough, however? Does he have a way out of it? That's going to be a bash to Krolla, who trinkets out of it. Ponying up. Christina looking for that movement speed to get the hell out of that situation. Does have crazy good movement speed as a Night Fae. Also plopped in a vortex for Krolla. I don't know if the vortex actually did much, but that is wings down for the Paladin for now. Shield of Vengeance back up. Thorns available for Christina. Knows he doesn't want that Shield of Vengeance to pop next to him. Needs some defenses for the next big go. Leaping in onto Krolla. Almost got a skull bash off of that one. Krolla kind of dipping down low in health. Hodge onto Christina. No offensive pressure for Krolla right now, but does have a Ward of Glory that he can build up from all the holy power to heal himself. For Christina, this is a pretty good spot though, as Krolla doesn't have a lot of aggressive damage. Christina could just set up for the bleeds, get himself a proper setup, get the big old bites built up. Needs to be worried about those Templar's verdicts. Those things are hurting quite a bit anyway. Does have a chicken for the next Hodge, so Christina should be playing this very, very defensively. Stunning to Krolla right now. Big old bite for Christina. Going in for a cycle. Krolla chooses to bubble it. Does have himself Divine Toll. He does get the proc onto Christina, but does he have any damage to follow up right after? Christina does get himself a reset. Krolla used the defensive that early into the duel. Probably a misplay right here. If he ends up going down to Christina in a Convoke, then that's definitely a misplay, because the Paladin has no bubble, no trinket. He can bob the stun. Okay, he can bob a stun from Christina. If Christina for some reason, Hodge into Christina, I was gonna say, if Christina for some reason has Heart of the Wild, which we know he doesn't because of Bash, but if he has Heart of the Wild and Boomy Affinity, he could convoke the spirits from afar. Convoke getting interrupted as the Bob comes out to get himself out of that stun. If Christina had Boomy Affinity and could actually go into Boomy form, convoke with Boomy form, you actually would do magic damage. Bob wouldn't stop it at all. It actually would not stop it. Big damage still coming out for Krolla. Still not going down without a fight. Massive final verdict onto Christina, but it's going to be his final verdict going down here as a bash and big old bites come out. Christina catching up on a bit of heals into a Hodge. That's going to be wings available for Krolla. Do they use them though? They go without wings this time. Actually, no. After the Hodge, they decide to follow up wings. It's going to be a perfect opportunity for Christina to get a lot of mobilities out of there. Krolla might have played his hand a little too early. Probably a good idea to combine a Hammer of Justice as well as wings together. Lock the enemy down so they can't run away from your wings. But it looks like Christina has spoken the bear either way. Thorns are up. Does he expect a Hodge out of Krolla? No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. At least for the time being. Wings are down. What? The what? Krolla just melted. Oh my god. I don't know what happened at the end there. He just kind of rapidly melted. Huh? I actually thought that it was going to be a little bit of a longer duel. I thought Krolla has some health. It's all good. Did Christina just get a massive bite or something?